Shanna Moakler, who was just recently on Celebrity Big Brother.
Yes.
So apparently her boyfriend had her phone while she was in the Celebrity Big Brother house, and he went live and he bashed her, and he was walking around her neighborhood ranting and raving and screaming and bashing her. She was cheating on him because there was talk that she and Lamar were pretty close in the Celebrity Big Brother house. Like they were flirting and all of that. But so he was arrested on domestic charges the night that she was released from the Celebrity Big Brother.
Yeah, and I watched some of the footage of him absolutely ranting like a crazy person on her Instagram account, talking to her followers and basically calling her a whore and saying that she's in love with Travis Barker, who of course is with Kourtney Kardashian, and that she's still in love with all of her exes, and that she was, talking to all these other men. And he was ranting because that night, probably because he was so nuts, she went over to her neighbor's house and stayed the night, and he was walking outside the street, and he looked at the neighbor. He pointed the camera to the neighbor's house and said, she's over there sleeping with a married man, sleeping in the house of a married man with a wife and a child. Like, she's disgusted. Like, he was going really nuts. So it was unclear to me whether the alleged assault had happened before that Instagram tirade or after. I know he was speaking out while she was in the house. Maybe he had found something while she was in the house and he couldn't reach her. But I'm kind of confused about the timeline. Needless to say, police were ultimately called. They found marks on her, which was enough evidence to take him into custody and to charge him, I guess. It's just wild to me. He's 29. Yeah. She's 46. Go woman. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. But I mean, he's super intense. You know what I'm saying? And super intense and young man and testosterone-y energy. So she probably doesn't need that drama. Obviously, she's not. He said he's never going to talk to her again. But it just is very, very scary.
Yeah. I mean, it just, to be in a moment where, someone is coming at you, you feel threatened. This is someone who's supposed to love you and take care of you and all these things. And he just has what appears to be an utter meltdown live. Why not stream it for everybody to see? That is outrageous to me.
Yeah. I mean, but thanks for the evidence that I can use against you in a court of law and potentially a civil action against you. That was real dumb. Also real dumb. But, my thoughts and prayers are out to Shanna Moakler and anybody who has to deal with that kind of domestic abuse and violence, and that's terrible. And I hope she gets away. I hope she's safe and
absolutely
is taken care of. But before we get off of Celebrity Big Brother, I mean, because of the incident with Cynthia Bailey and Todd Bridges, I was enraptured by Celebrity Big Brother, and I ended up watching almost all of it until the very end, which is good because Celebrity Big Brother is only a month. It's not that long.
Yeah, because not a huge
that's
commitment.
Great. And I was watching some of these people and how they moved in that house. And most of them had integrity, but then Todrick Hall, who
awful.
I can't help but love him though. But when he came down to give his nominations for who he was putting up for, he came down in his heels and he was just so extra. I loved it.
So Tyra Banks.
I just adored it.
But so you know what? He was very unethical. He said horrible things about people when they were kicked out of the house.
Did he? Because I didn't catch any of that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of the live feeds. Was that on the live feeds?
Yeah, he just talked trash. He lied a lot. And, it's just everything was all about him. And, just so much stuff was coming out about him before he went to Celebrity Big Brother.
Correct.
I mean, there's an assistant out there now stating that, he wouldn't do some of the things that Todrick required. And I guess the gentleman was HIV positive and Todrick threatened to out his status. There are many dancers that he's worked with that have said that he has not paid them, still to this day have not paid him. People say he's one of the nastiest people to ever involve yourself with and work with. And these are people that were friends of his for a long time. And allegedly, why he doesn't do anything on RuPaul's Drag Race anymore is he and RuPaul had a falling out.
Oh, really?
I don't know how true that is. That's alleged.
T.
But just there are too many people out there that talk about what just a nasty person he is. And so I have no respect for him. And when I heard he was going to be on Celebrity Big Brother, I'm like, oh, things will come to light. We'll see who he really is. There's no way to hide it. And sure enough, he showed his behind the whole time. And while his antics are funny, and you can't take away that part of his talent.
He's entertaining. Yeah, he's entertaining.
I don't think he's a great singer. I think he can dance fairly well. He talks about Broadway. I think he only did like one Broadway show, and it was a minor role. It wasn't like he's this big star that he tries to come off like he is this huge elevated star, and he's just not. He's a D-lister.
Yeah.
And it's okay, but obviously he wants more. But it's just not
he's
happening.
Also kind of a baby. So like on the finale where they all vote for who they want to get the $250,000 prize, it was either him or Misha. And the interesting part was just some of what some people said as they were voting for Misha. Like Teddy Mellencamp said something, "I'm happy I'll never have to hear your voice again." Or was that Shanna Moakler? That Shanna Moakler? I forget what Teddy Mellencamp said, but they really shaded Todrick, and he's just sitting there on the couch listening with just a smile on his face. But inside,
you could see the range.
He must have just been like, these bitches. Because after everything was done, everybody's required to do interviews, go on a little press tour, talk about their time in the Celebrity Big Brother house. And I saw like Todd Bridges talking, and I saw people doing what they're contractually obligated, I would assume, to do, but not Todrick. I guess he canceled all of his interviews. He's refusing to talk about it. Like, he's butthurt to the extreme by the things that people said. And also because he realizes people are, come on, how do you go into the Big Brother house and not realize there are live feeds where people can hear you talking mad trash? Like people don't like him.
He's a narcissist, and that's just it. And karma's a biatch. So.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about him that I thought was entertaining, but hearing all that, I
find him icky. His energy to me is icky.
Okay, well, so that happened, Yeah. So just to put a pin in the Celebrity Big Brother. So Todrick, you reap what you sow. Shanna, I hope you're okay, girl.
And Misha did apologize to Shanna because Misha was manipulated by Todrick.
Well, I mean, but here's the if you play Big Brother right, you're supposed to. And Shanna was trying to tell Carson.
But Misha was saying that she was very honest, had integrity the whole time, and she did. And that was the one time where I felt that she didn't.
Right.
So I feel like that apology was very much needed for Shanna, because Maisha, for that moment, didn't realize it until afterwards, but lapsed in the integrity in which she was playing the game. Right. So I felt like that was really nice. And Carson apologized to her as well. And I feel that, Shanna did deserve that apology, because they really railroaded her, and it got ugly for a minute. Well, it was uncomfortable for me. But I get it. It's Big Brother.
It's Big Brother. And like, Shanna had watched it forever. She knew how it was played. She was trying to bring Cynthia and Carson along, but these guys are just boomers. They don't get it. They probably don't watch Celebrity Big Brother
Cynthia
or any of them. She was just like
so lost.
And like taking offense at like moves that were actually good to make in the house. And Shanna's like, come on, people, I'm trying to help you here. They ended up voting her out. So fat lot of good that did her. But I mean, you have to expect people to have alliances and to make some moves and not hold it against them. But I think because they're celebrities, they're just trying to have like the veneer of integrity and stuff. So whatever. Yeah. I mean,
that's why I'll never, ever want to compete on something like that. I would be butthurt.
You would be so butthurt if I voted you out. Can you imagine if I sent you home?
Well, I wouldn't get into a situation. Well, see, here's the thing. I
would never. Kid,
I'm a sore loser. That's why I don't.
At least
play
you know
board
this
games
about
or
yourself.
Anything. I don't do anything that's competitive like that. I won't do it because it'll hurt my pickle.
Oh my God, that's so that's
so
cute.
Won't do it. I know. So I just know that's just one area.
We're never going to see you on Celebrity Big Brother then.
Never.
And so
ever.
it is.
And so it is.